Good morning. Good morning, everyone. To those who are here, hello to my people, my family, to our pastor, Reverend Dr. Barbara Ann Lawson Nelson, to everyone who is tuned in online, welcome to our Bible class, St. Joseph W.M. Church, where I am one of the teachers, Minister DJ Wildman. And we've been in a study, a teaching on the ox. And today's our last teaching on it. I think it's really good. So yes, here we are. Thank you all for tuning in. If you're new, again, I'm DJ Wildman, one of the teachers here, author, founder of Unlock Ministry, and I'm just super grateful to be here teaching you all this Sunday. So let's pray and we shall get started. Father, I thank you for today and I thank you for bringing us here. I pray that this word will bless many, transform hearts and mind. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. So as I was like preparing on what to do, because we went through like a whole bunch of things and I was like, I don't want it to be redundant. I want this to end with a bang. It's so much you can really take from it. And then after reading this book, I found he got like 15 more of them. So I didn't I'm glancing at some. I said I don't want to go into any more because this is gonna have me here now. But I've started like working and conducting other things, other series to start to teach on that I believe are just super great, that are gonna be so good. So today as we're ending our teaching on the ox, who enjoyed it? I super enjoyed it. It was so good. I learned so much about me and life and leading and it's just in general. It was so impactful. I'm just like, wow, so much. And then I'm reading scriptures and seeing so much things in there. So this is really transformed me. So I want to talk about this one today. This is not the I think this is the last one, if I'm not mistaken, in my slide of oh, it's not the last, but anyway, it's gonna be the last one today. Because it's good. I think because the funny thing was we went through a lot of the other ones without even going to it. Yes, we kind of went there. So when I was reading it, I'm like, nah, I want to start with this one because this I think is like grand. You know why? I've seen myself in this so much. I've seen, especially in this, I've seen myself in this so much with, now we can look at it versus like in leadership, like our pastor or people who lead us, and we can see it like with the Lord. So in this one with starting with light loads, so here it says, if the oxen are given a load that feels too heavy or frightening, I should have highlighted, or frightening early on, they may panic and highlight, assume that they can't pull it. They assume that they can't pull it. And they resist ever trying again. This reaction is called balking. It becomes a bad habit for the animal, leading them to back away from even small tasks, like even little things. To avoid this, then it's critical to introduce, we talked about this, introducing the weight slowly and build trust so they don't develop fear or mental overload. Overloading them too early can cause them to short circuit emotional and shut down. Now, we talked about this in pieces, right? We know about giving too much at one time too early. But for me, what I really want to talk about is this balking. It said, if the oxen are given loads that feel too heavy, let's highlight that feels too heavy or frightening early on, they panic and assume that they can't pull it. And they resist ever trying again. That's what balking is. Now, I want to just stop there. We want to talk about what balking is in an animal. So remember, we highlighting feelings. It feels too heavy and it frightens them and they resist. They assume that they can't pull it. They assume it because to them it feels too heavy and frightening. This is new. So in balking, what happens with the ox is, again, we talked about when you click them, it frightens them because of the sound. So when they balk, what happens? It's new for them. They're balking because um, they have been going in a steady rate, and now an obstacle. They have met an obstacle. So they balk as a response to, this is outside of the norm for me. I have been going straight, and now there's something in front of me. I'm not going to move past it. It is in my way. So they're fearful because, again, they've been moving along and nothing has been in their way before. This is outside of their normal routine. So now you're going to stop me and I have to go another route. They don't like that. Yes, they don't like the change of the routine. This is what that balking is. So what they do, they stop and they become stubborn. And most times they're fearful of this obstacle. So they assume this is something that can overpower me. They assume it's dangerous, but they don't really know. It's only because it's outside of the comfort zone of the animal, right? They assume it, so they just they don't want anything to do with it. And in their minds, they immediately say it's too heavy when it wasn't even put on them yet. It's just the whole idea of it is breaking the animal down. This is what that balking is. And it's crazy that it says it's a bad habit for them. It becomes a bad habit for the animal. They don't even try to engage because of this one thing that they didn't even try to. They didn't even put their hand at. They don't even engage in little small tasks. Like, you don't even know for sure if it's really heavy. The fact of it, because it looks that way, it appears, and because I feel like it's this, I'm not engaging. That's crazy, right? But that's like us. It can be things are intimidating. You ain't even put your hand in it yet. You have no idea what it involves. So you're assuming because maybe it's connected to something that happened long ago. So even in balking, the ox tends to have trauma from a previous um, engagement with another master or with something else. So this is also a part of why they balk. They stop. It's so much in this balking that I'm like, "Ooh, this is good." What happens in balking? Um, so it's, again, I'm on this specific path. I've been going straight, and now there's an obstacle. So they fear the unknown. They don't know what's in front of them. So they're fearful of this unknown. It's the sights, the sounds, the sensations. They make the animal freeze. So they balk. And this balking is, they have stopped. You can pull them, you can beat them. They're not moving. They don't move. They're so encompassed with fear and all sorts of things. They have stuck. They just, it's like no movement coming from them. They freeze. Don't we freeze when we face unfamiliar territory? Isn't it overwhelming? Isn't it overwhelming? We talking about it again. They're overwhelmed from past experiences. They're overwhelmed from past experiences. So the trauma that happened, connected to this one thing, then they face something else that is similar to it, they balk as well. Because I'm connecting this to that thing, and it absolutely has nothing to do with it. But it appears to be, because I've been so traumatized, it is hindering me. So that's it, they refuse. They're refusing to move. And then this turns into, it says, the lack of trust in the handler or in their master. I mean, you know where the laugh is coming from. It's like, yes, the lack of trust in their master. Like, as an individual, I'm like, Lord, I have balked and not even know, you know what I'm saying? Wow. So if this says if the animal doesn't trust the person leading them, they may resist direction. This is all connected to a past thing I done experienced. They said this isn't rebellion, it's relational disconnect. Yes. It's not, remember, they're not rebelling to the master. They're overcome with so many things. They can't even hear the command because fear has just got them in. All these other things are in the way, right? They're assuming something that it ain't even there. That's so like us. So, and this is the next thing, right? This is like, wow. It says confusion about the command. You had a question? Oh, go ahead.
It wasn't a question. It was more
Okay, a
so a
comment. Uh
comment
huh.
to what you were saying. But the thought came to me was that lack of trust in the
Yes, and the
master
handler. Yeah.
and the handler. So I said, in that moment, I'm thinking, if we feel like this towards God, why we think we act like that with each other?
Uh huh. Exactly.
If we, the one who created you, you have the lack of trust
Mhm.
with Him.
Mhm.
He knows all. He sees all. He has a different. He's at a different. I always like to say, God has a better view.
Yes.
You know, I love to say that because it's the
Yes.
truth,
Uh
and
huh.
it's like you don't put your soul into believing Him who holds everything in
Everything.
His hands.
Yeah.
So how do you think you're gonna trust your brother or your sister?
Mhm. Right. That's why I said we can look at this on all every aspect. It's crazy. It's uncanny that this exists. Now it says, and this right here is just like for real. You done been through so much. You like, God, am I even hearing you? Is this? Is this me? Is this? It says confusion about the command. Because I heard something one time, I did it, and it turned out when we were talking about that on Wednesday. Yeah, the confusion about the command. Poor communication, mixed signals, or inconsistent training can confuse the animal. Confusion leads to hesitation because the animal is unsure what's expected. Remember, this is connected to something that happened before. So now when you say go, I'm connecting go with being hit and I have to move. It's a trauma. It's something twisted that is connected to that now. Now I'm not sure what that means. Or when you hear faith being taught, you connected with something outrageous. And now you think you can't go to the doctor because they say faith. You got to have faith. This don't mean that. That don't mean that. So you're not understanding. You're confused on how this thing actually works. You're confused on what you're hearing. It's like, what? What's happening? And even when you're connected to someone that has um abused so much, that can cause unclear leadership as well. Like that can cause the command to be confusing because you've been under someone who has abused their role, said things, done things. Now I'm here and I'm connecting all of this. Like for a couple of days, I've been watching um ex Scientologists and ex all these people, which is far, yo. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe people are in this. So they talk about a lot of the traumatic things, the mind control that they encounter from being a part of these societies. And I'm like, wow. So one guy was talking about how they controlled his mind. They did so much to him that if a certain smell he smelled, he turned into this character. If he saw a certain t-shirt, he turned into a little boy. That's how much they traumatized him inside of Scientology. Brainwashed him. He was actually a killer and they trained him to kill. So it was like the born identity. And they traumatized him so much till he got these different identities on. And it took him a whole lot. He still talks about how he struggles with a lot of things now. But I thought that was so crazy. He talked about being in the military and how a part of that is mind control. They teach you to kill certain certain degrees of military, not just going to army. Like it's the part they send you out to specifically kill people. Yes, the assassin, that's who he was. So I was just so, I'm like, wow. And in his mind, everything just turned and trick. He's just everything. He said he certain words, people would come up to him, say certain thing, and he'd turn on. I'm like, wow. And so now today he's, it took him a while to get out of being so abused. Yeah, it was crazy. So this is what brought that to me now. You're so traumatized and abused, you're confused. You think of when you come to a church that does not abuse financially. When someone asks you to give, immediately that thing on you turns on. Oh, that person took my money and did this. Now I don't understand it. If they took it from me, you're gonna do the same thing to me. You don't mean any good. You see, like all of it is super twisted. Yes, Pastor.
So I was just thinking about an interview with that Mike Tyson had just after I think after he had bitten a part of Evander
Mhm.
Holyfield's era,
Mhm.
and he was like, you know how Mike talk, right?
Yeah.
He didn't understand why people were so upset. This is a part of what they trained us to do. When all else fails, you have those other things that you go to get these people off of you, because what they're doing is they're and I'm sure we've all seen boxers when they're boxing,
Mhm.
and when they're very tired,
Mhm.
they will hug their opponent.
Mm.
They know they can only stay
Oh,
on
yes,
the
they
ropes.
do, yeah.
Yeah, they can only stay on the ropes, but for so long, because the
Uh-huh.
bell is dinging, it's going off.
Uh-huh.
So what they do is they grab their opponents. Sometimes they'll hug them around the waist, or one hand around the waist, and they just kind of lean on them. They're trying to get their wind back.
Mhm.
So what he's saying is he was exhausted,
Mhm.
and thank you, and he needed a break. And
Wow.
this guy was coming at him so fast, and so he went to the next resort. The
Mm.
next resort was, listen, you kick them, you bite them, you do
Wow,
whatever.
ever.
He said
Wow.
they trained us to be pit bulls.
Mhm.
And so when you go in
Wow,
that
that's
mode,
crazy. Uh-huh.
you don't see a human being.
Mhm.
You see a thing that you need to get off of you. So
Wow.
he went for the ear, because that was something he could sure enough grab a hold of.
Wow.
They trained them to be animals.
Jesus.
And he said, and you got mad because I acted like one.
Wow. I didn't even know that. That's good. That is good. And that's how we are in a way. We don't know, but a lot of things, a lot of trauma has trained us. We've allowed it to. We've allowed it to unconsciously. We've allowed that trauma to train us. So we respond the way we would towards a trauma when you're not in danger. The mind is crazy, y'all. The mind it's not crazy. It's wow. It's so complex. It's just a beautiful thing. And then they talk about fatigue or physical weakness. So when the animal is overwhelmed and tired, they balk as well. Tired and in pain. And it says what looks like resistance is actually a plea for rest. Jesus. I know a lot of me's. What looks like resistance is just I'm tired. Mentally, I am on overload. I can't take it. So I'm gonna break down or cry if you ask me one question. Or something that I can do, I fail at, and you're just like confused as to what's wrong. And when you question me about it, I go off. And then if it takes for us to read the signals to understand. Oh, I see what this is. I understand what you got going on. So that's something that I'm like, wow, that is definitely us. We see us here. The other part of this that I think is super I looked at it with this, and it's one part I mentioned. I want to go to it in the book. I didn't write it down, but I am going to talk about it. And it comes from what it is When the animal balks, it frustrates the leader. It frustrates the handler. And so, out of the sum of their frustration, they hit the ox, they beat them. Because they're so, it's a lot going on. And there's a psychology on why you should not do that as a handler. But there's a psychology on why they do it. It's the frustration that comes with leadership. And I think it's crazy because I think about it myself, and somebody actually, I wrote a post on it, but somebody else had a post and said, there's leader hurt too, but you don't hear that side. So all we talk about is, church hurt in front of the pews, but the pulpit, there is hurt there. It does. There is frustration. We get frustrated. Think about a parent, and I'm telling you not to do something, and you're doing exactly what I'm telling you not to do. And not let alone you send them to school to behave, to do what they're supposed to do, and the teacher calls with some outlandish claim that your child is doing, and you're so confused because I done taught you how to do this. What you know this not what we do. And out of your frustration of how they're behaving, what you do? I'm gonna beat you when you get home. I'm gonna you ain't watching no TV. You're not. We go to the extreme because it's extreme for you to behave this way. You know better. You absolutely know better. What is happening here? Do you know it still works that way, like in the world with people and leadership? If you want to say pastor, I was reading and I'm like, okay, what did Jesus encounter? Can you imagine how the Lord feels with us? I mean, we'll go deeper into it, but when Jesus, I was reading when Lazarus died at the tomb, and when Jesus wept, he was sad because Mary said, "You could have been here early," and he said, "Don't you know? Do you not understand? I have already explained this to you." And so he cried out of frustration. He said, "Lord, I'm not asking you this because I don't believe you. Please don't even do it for me. Do it for them." His crying was frustration and hurt to say, "I done been with you this long. How do you not know this?" He also said to one of the disciples, "How long? How long? Come on, man. I done been with you this. You have seen me." It goes back to Wednesday with John. Are you the one, or should I look for another? Out of Jesus' frustration, it's like, tell him this, show him this, please. We encounter this. It can become overwhelming. So I want to talk about this, how the leader feels. And I do want to center it on in the church because I've seen it. This is what I'm familiar with. I ain't worked too much to really know how that works, but I'm sure it's there. I'm sure you can use this on every scale of life. This is why it frustrates the handler when the ox balks, when he stops and stalls and refuses to move. It says, because the master knows the strength of the animal. I know what you are capable of. You can do this. Why won't you do this? I've been in the ring. I've taught you the commands, and you still are refusing. This is just a little stick in the road. Why are you refusing to go past this stick? I don't understand. I know what you can do. It's kind of like how God deals with us. You crying about this little thing, but I know what I gave you. It's like Moses. Pick the staff up. Look what you got in your hand. The master sees the ox strength and knows what it's capable of. And when the animal balks, it says it feels like wasted potential. And the gap between what is and what could be becomes emotionally heavy. You look at your child and it's like, I already know what you can do. Why are you behaving this way? Why? It becomes emotionally heavy for the individual that's leading the other individual. Think of having friends and I see so much potential in you, you just won't even grow. Girl, can't you see? Boy, can't you see? You won't even try. You think of family members. Like, oh God, you just won't even listen. So it's emotionally heavy because I know what I see right now is messing me up because I know what can be. And it's frustrating. Think about somebody who just think about the Lord. If you want to talk about leadership because it's two in front of us, think about Jesus. Think about the Lord putting all this stuff in you, and here you are wasting your life away on stuff that don't even have nothing to do with you. Right, majoring in the minor, right. It says the leader's frustration is, I've trained you, I've poured into you, I know what's in you. Another thing on why they get frustrated when you balk is that the master feels the weight of the work. We can't stay stuck because we got too much stuff to do. We got somewhere to go. And right now, you're becoming overloaded with this little it's like, don't you know I'm right beside you? I have trained you for this. I have prepared you for all the times that you're going to face whatever it is. And now we here facing it. We just got out of practice. So they feel the weight of the work. It says there's often an urgent task, a plow to pull, a load to move. When the ox refuses to move, it halts everything. Just think about your life. When you refuse to move, after he said something, done something, shown you something, your life is halted as a result of that. Everything's halted. The master is not just frustrated at the ox, but at the delay and the domino effect of stagnation. You should be further along than you are. Just imagine, put yourself in a leadership role, in a companionship role where you're moving and the other person is here and you're looking back like, bro, we done been, what are you doing? You already know. We practiced this. We did a practice run quite a few times. You're holding up the harvest that we can receive because you don't want to move. There's a minor inconvenience and now your whole world is what? You got this one thing stopped you when you just experienced death over here. And because they're mistreating you, now you want to stop? That's crazy, right? Just think, put yourself in this role. Like, yeah, girl, let's do. We finna build this thing. We finna go together. And now they don't came over something real large and huge. Now y'all meet this one thing where one investor says no, and now they just don't want to do nothing else no more. And you looking at them like, are you serious? The main thing we was going for said no to us. We done went through that thing, and now you want to stop because your uncle is not gonna give you like $5,000. You see, like, it's crazy. The things that we allow to halter us, and we look, and it's like you can tell the frustration. You can look at your life and tell how frustrated your life is because you're not moving in the way that God already designed it to. So those little areas, that's the conclusion I've came to. The little areas where you lack at is a frustration in your life is like, bro, wake up. Wake up. Your destiny is waiting. All of it is just waiting. And you waiting on something else. And it's dying away. That's frustrating to the powers that be that he's given to assist us. You praying about your millions and they over here like right here. Just ready for you to grab them. Number 3, it says the master questions their own leadership. I'm sure the Lord don't do that. He know what he put in you. But it's quite a few rolling of the eyes that takes place. But it can make you say, what did I do wrong? What have I missed? I failed at it all. What did I do? Did I mistrain them? Did I not prepare them for this thing? What is it? What did I do? And that's what happens when the ox repeatedly balks, when they stall and refuse to move on. And remember, for those of you who weren't here earlier, what balking is the ox is going on a consistent straight path. So they are comfortable. But as soon as an obstacle comes in their way, they stop. It's unfamiliar. They don't like veering to the left. So they don't move and they become stubborn because it's unfamiliar to them. They feel like this is a challenge that they have never even encountered before, which is only in their minds. So this is frustrating to the handler who's like, bro, we've been working. You're gonna allow this little stump in the road? Literally, it's like a stump. It could be a rock on their path and they will stop. Because they don't like to be uncomfortable. They don't like to get off of the flow of things. I'm in my flow. This is turning me. I don't like that. They don't like that. So they stop. Right. It's taking me outside of the comfort zone. So they ask themselves, what did I do? What did I go wrong? I've heard a lot of moms say this. A lot of parents. What did I even do? It's no way you could be acting this way. Did I miss something? Did I not pay? I mean, I put you in all these programs. I thought of this and that. Like, wow, what I missed. It said number 4 is the master fears the long-term consequences. It's like something I was meditating on, and I wrote a think piece about how it frustrates us. And I say us, but how it can frustrate leaders. And I'm putting myself as a sheep, but I understand how it can frustrate the leader when we're not present for all of the lessons on what's getting ready to come, right? You're missing the preparation time. So what it is, and I was telling Pastor, but she said, yeah, that's a good word. It's damage control. When we're reaching out and trying to say, hey, you got this? Are you coming here? This is available. That's available. And to you, it sounds like you're trying to, they're trying to control or, you're annoying me. You getting all up in my business. But what you want to do, you want to come to them when the house is burning down. When they already offered you a bucket of water, they told you what to do in case of a fire. But guess what? You weren't there. You missed those lessons. You ran out on it. You had something else more important to do. So now when this thing happens, you just all over the place. And now you're like, here, fix it. It's like the little boy who came and brought his diaper to his mama and told him, you better change my diaper. I'm just like, he would have lost a few teeth. Oh my God. So they understand all that's to come. So it's frustrating when I'm trying to prepare you because I can see it further. It's like the Lord deals with us. I'm trying to warn you. I'm trying to show you something. I don't just want to control your life. It's protection. It's mercy. It's grace. But you think I just don't want you to have fun. You think I just don't want you to be this grand. And that's not the case. Like she said, he got the better view because he's sitting higher. She can see longer, further. It says, if you learn to run or resist, I may never get you back in alignment. A balking ox can form habits, mental ruts that say refusal to work. The master knows that what the animal learns in this moment may shape its entire future. So while you're crumbling right here, she goes and slap you. Get it together. Because if I let you stay right here, you're going to be ruined for decades. I can't afford that. Your life can't afford that. right here is the big moment. It's like when I was in the hospital and Amber was um, I was crying. The doctor came in and said, "Well, this is what you have." And then I'm like, "Oh, like this." And was like, "Well, you could die. At least," she's like, I'm glad he didn't say that was the thing that make you not, your brain dead and then your body can't move." She was saying all the worst things, but it gathered me together. Because if I had stayed in that state, oh God, I would have been really moping. I would have been really moping. The fact that I could have died, like she's like, "Oh, I'm glad." I mean, she's reading it off. It's the GPL, the thing that says when your brain, it eats your brain out and then you can't move and stuff. And I'm just like, thank you, Amber. Thank you. How encouraging that was. It was the yes, it was. After he said it, for everyone, it's multiple sclerosis. It's not a secret. I just at the time I'm like, listen, no, don't feel bad for me. But it was the deterioration thing. And she's like, "Oh, you don't got that." ALS, yeah. And she was just reading off all the horrible things. I'm just like, why my hands are stuck and I can't use them. So I'm just over there like, but it got me together. I couldn't stay waddling because I'm crying. The doctor's like, and he ain't make it no better. He didn't make it no better. And I'm just over there like, I said, but I use my hands. Am I gonna ever be able to use my hands? And the Amber and the doctor, they didn't throw no, I mean, they threw all the punches. Didn't hold back. But it was the slap I needed in that moment. Some of us need a whole bunch of slapping. Pastor gonna slap you, okay? Right, literally. It says because this moment right here, it will shape everything. I can't afford it. You cannot afford it. Pastor, go ahead.
I just wanted to say in that moment,
Mm-hmm.
so we love encouragement, and we
Mm-hmm.
need to be encouraged.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes encouragement can almost lead to exaggeration.
Mm-hmm.
What we really need is a slap
Yeah.
without without the physical slap. But we
Yes.
need that slap
You need to
because
slap.
the slap is what helps us get it together.
Yeah.
I remember many moments in my life crying about many things that was going on that I was frustrated with, and I felt like God just punched me in the chest and said, "Get over it."
Uh-huh. Yeah. It sounds insensitive in the moment.
Absolutely. Or don't answer me at all. But you knew he
Yeah.
answered you.
Yeah.
And the answer was, "Girl, I ain't studying you."
Mm-hmm.
Now you feel real bad because here I am, snotted nose,
Mm-hmm.
teary eyes. I don't
Mm-hmm.
care what I look like.
Mhm.
I'm screaming at you at the park, and these people thinking I'm crazy. I'm crying, and then you flip the script and you go and talk about something, answering me about something else. I'm not talking about that right now. You know how we tell people, "No, you get back here, don't walk away from me. I'm not finished with you yet." God then dropped something on me and walked away.
Uh-huh.
We need some of that sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes that will pull us out of frustration.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that will it will give you. Some days I felt like I opened a can of
Worms.
grow up.
Uh-huh.
No, a quick can
Okay,
of grow
yeah.
up. Where God knows that booming, going about this. I got a slap from him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, then I bet I don't think about that.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing just going and went away.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we need to hear, and this
Mhm.
is what the doctors do. They do a good job at giving you the worst case scenario.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They're going to tell you all the bad things, all the negative effects, all the downsides of whatever,
Right.
And then, but then because we belong to God, He will always send an Amber, or He'll send
Oh,
somebody,
Barbara.
or He Himself will just give you that slap
Yes.
without being physical. You just know it. You just
will
feel
know
it
it.
inside.
Mm-hmm. You
That's
will know
so
it.
good.
It says the leader's frustration is, if I lose you now, I may never recover what we're building. If I lose you now, this thing is too big. We done invested so much in this. It's like going after that one. Remember, we talked about those sheep. Boy, that's a lot of money. One sheep. I invested too much to let you go. If I don't catch you right now, I'ma lose everything that we've been working on. And I gave my life for it. I can't do that. Just think of somebody who, y'all building this big plan and then they invested all their money, right? And you come up with some type of a problem. And they're like, you don't know, I gave all my savings, everything in here. We finna do everything we can to make sure this does not fall apart. If they don't recover you now in this moment, I may never recover what we're building. And the last one says, the master feels alone in the struggle. No one sees how heavy this is for me. The master not only has to lead the ox. This is why, like, when the Lord asks you to do something, when anything is asked of you, even if it's difficult, it's almost like just do what they say. The master not only has to lead the ox, but also protect the ox, adjust the load, rethink the route, and bear the emotional weight of delayed goals and misunderstood compassion. It says, the frustration is I'm carrying the vision and the resistance of the one I'm leading. Can you imagine? I'm trying to lead this thing and you at the same time. I am on overload. I'm stressed out. All I want you to do, I'm only doing this so that you listen. I'm only doing this so that you can see it. Imagine how the Lord feels, how overcoming, how sorrowful it can be when he sees this great empire he placed in you, when he sees nations he's giving you, and you building communities, or you got little towns here or there. Imagine the frustration. That's how it feels. That's the frustration that our leaders carry, that our parents carry. It's like, man, I have so much more for you, but I won't force it, although it hurts me. Like, he has heaven for us, and we're still living like, hell on earth. He died for the abundant life, and we're still living like we're never going to be abundant. It's not abundant enough. He's not going to force you to choose him. It's going to hurt him. He's consistently showing us that there's more, there's more, there's more. But we're too hurt to see it. We're too overcome with our problems in life. We can't even look past that. This should pull any and everybody up from whatever moping place we found ourselves in. It should give us ammunition for the journey that we can say, I'm not doing enough of what he called me to. This is not enough. There is something more I know that's in me. I shouldn't look at what I don't have, what I can't do. I need to look at what I have and how I can work it, how I can make this thing greater. Every time when I'm on live and I'm talking about Vicky, she'll send me $5 and $10. I take the $5 and $10 and I put it in my Coinbase and I put it in my crypto, and it keep growing and it keep growing. Whenever somebody give me something here, because for me, that's like, okay, thank you. I'm going to make this work. As soon as it starts tripling and growing, guess what? I'm going to pull back into you. We're going to get this thing together. Somebody gives me something, I got to make it grow. We're supposed to, because that's how God created us. We shouldn't look at our circumstances and say, okay, dang, this ain't enough. I can't give this much, or I can't give that much. See beyond where you're at right now. Know that there is so much more in you. Even if right now it don't look that way. But you got to know, somebody died for me. Somebody is taking their time to grow me up. They've invested so much into me for me to be in the same place I'm in, mentally, emotionally. It's ridiculous. You don't think me giving you encouraging words is hurting me when I'm encountering something? But I'm looking past myself. And that's what a real leader does. A real friend, a real companion sets themselves aside so they can pour more into you. So it's frustrating when they're giving 150 and you stuck on 50%. After they made sure to give you the other 50. So they're looking like, what's happening here? So let's take a lesson from this. To not be so invested in our feelings that they cause us to be hindered in life, but push past it and understand that there are people who literally, we think, yes, Jesus died for us, but there's someone who also died to themselves for us, who's invested a lot in you so that you can be all that God has called you to be. And we're done. So I thank you for whoever is tuning in. This was our last AUX session, and I pray that this has blessed you. Let us pray. If you don't have any more comments or questions, God, I thank you for this day, and I pray, Lord, that this message encourages many and sets them on the right path so that they can grow and reach all that you've placed in them and become all that you've called them to be. In Jesus' name, amen.